Dude, I actually wanted to tell you a little, and I guess I could save it for the pod. Is
No,
it
yeah, go for it.
recording?
We're on. We're recording, dude.
I was telling my homie just about this movie, how you put it together, like my roommate,
Yeah, your filmmaker
which
roommate.
I was telling you, yeah, I have like a
Yeah.
filmmaker roommate. He's like on the same wave. Well, I think he, many things like affected his decision to do it, but he started a GoFundMe to shoot his first short
No
film.
way.
And I told him like that was like similar vibes, like,
Yeah.
sometimes you just got to do it. And
Yeah.
after I met you, I told my roommate, I was like you just got
Yeah,
to
that's okay. Yeah.
go for it. And he started the GoFundMe and he raised like almost 5 grand for his short
Wow.
film.
Is
And
it
like
what kind of film is it?
it's like a 12 or 13 minute like scary short film.
Wow. Okay, horror
But
short.
yeah, I think it was
Heck
inspired by
yeah,
like
dude.
obsession, but also
Oh,
like
nice.
a lot of things. I'm not involved, but I just saw you did a GoFundMe and I had mentioned that that's the vibe, and
Yeah.
it's cool seeing like a community come together for
Yeah.
that. And I know that this movie had a similar vibe, so like
Yeah.
that's really cool.
Well, now that you've worked on a film with music, are you gonna do that with him?
Dude, you would think. I literally when he sent me the GoFundMe link, it said like music is gonna be done by, and it had some other name, and I was like, bro, who's doing music?
You didn't talk to him about it?
No, because he has a homie that does music composition for movies.
Yeah.
So it's like I make more like regular songs,
Yeah.
and his homie does more like swelling and like like just more like scary movie type
Yeah.
stuff. But I mean, I'm sure I'll work on something with him in the future. But I
Yeah.
just thought it was funny. I was like, I was ready for that call. No, but it's cool. I'm super excited for him.
Yeah.
And literally, like, it was just one of those things where he posted it and it just kept going, like word of mouth. And
Yeah.
it just makes you realize how much people are willing to be a part of something.
Yeah, man. Crowdfunding is huge these days. It's great.
Really sick. Yeah. Motivating.
Sick. Thank you guys. I love the glasses vibes we got on everybody here.
Yeah.
Off script.
Thank you. Thank you for
Two
having us, man.
shades. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, for everybody who doesn't know, this is our musical group of saviors that helped finish off Rip. And dude, so grateful for you guys to come in and last minute. I found you off of what's it called?
Instagram or
No, I
maybe
think YouTube.
YouTube.
I think I found you on YouTube
Really?
That's sick.
because I wanted to ask you the first thing because I mean you guys are doing a new band, but you guys
Mhm.
have all worked together. Well, you two. I don't know how long
Yeah.
How long have you guys all known each other?
We know each other since 2019,
19, like literally January 2019,
I think so.
because it was
Yeah.
my first day ever in Los Angeles, and I came here first day ever, and this guy Danny Barrios, who was helping me out a lot at the time, introduced me to Carlos day one in Los Angeles. Mind you, we didn't reconnect till like maybe 2 or 3 years ago,
Yeah.
but we met my first day ever stepping foot in LA, which is kind of crazy.
Wow.
Very memorable day for me, just because I remember like getting to this big city and doing a session with new people and like that vibe, and it kickstarted a whole journey for me. And I'm glad that we're still able to work together.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome.
I just bought a classical, by the way.
Yeah.
A
No way.
Cordoba 7/8
Wow.
little classical. Yeah, it was used from Alabama. It was like the only one
Get it
left.
where'd you get it?
It was on some used instrument site.
Wow.
It's pretty sick.
But anyway,
That's awesome.
I wanted to ask you actually what it felt like, because I found your music and it was like this alt rock
Yeah.
kind of like coming of age punk, and that was the stuff I gravitated to because that was what the movie was,
Mhm.
early 2000s. But now you're going back to, would you say back to your roots?
Yeah, I think I never started with my roots in the first place. So I'm
Okay.
like I'm going to my roots.
Yeah.
Wouldn't say going back. But I think I just always wanted to make stuff inspired by the Spanish music that I like listen to all the time. I just never felt like it was the world that I was in, because when I was 17, I was living in Nashville and it just wasn't making sense there. But then
Yeah.
after being in LA all these years,
Culturally.
like I'm like, oh, I can make the switch for sure. Like it's everybody is vibing with Spanish music, especially nowadays,
Oh yeah.
and like the World Cup and all that stuff going on. Like it's bringing the world together. I feel like I don't know. I just realized I want to make music that makes people just feel good, and it's not about everything I say. Yeah, I feel like I took some identity away, because the rock stuff I feel like was more personal
Yeah.
and like more like moody and a
Mm.
little bit sad, and that's really cool too. I think that's like where a 17-year-old is in life. But I don't know. Eventually, I'm like, I just want to
Yeah.
dance and I just want
And
to have fun.
and what's the song coming out for the world during the World Cup? It's pre-save right now,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It comes out July 3rd, so like really
Oh,
soon.
this will be out after that.
Oh
So
yeah.
go.
So
What is it
go
called?
listen to it. It's
Friday.
called Vamos a Bailar.
Oh, let's dance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Vamos a bailar. A bailar.
Yep.
Dude, I have
Vamos
not
a
been
bailar.
practicing. I'm so sorry, guys. I've not been
You're
practicing.
good. But yeah,
No soy
super exciting.
practicando.
But yeah, I started off on the super alt vibes. Crazy you found me on YouTube, bro, because did you find me off of Someday I'll Be Happy?
That one, I think there was a music video in a house too. Was that the one where you're dancing in the
Yeah.
party?
Mm-hmm. Oh, Nights Like This.
That one.
Oh
yeah.
my gosh. That video is
That
crazy.
that video is insane.
That video is me and my friends doing drugs, except instead of drugs, we just ate a bunch of candy the whole music video. And we thought it was like this genius idea. But that's crazy that led to you finding me, which led to me being like, I'm sorry, you can't use that song because
Yeah.
the label and I had a falling out.
Labels, dude.
And it led to me being like, but I have a band with my friend Joe, and I work with this guy named Carlos, who I think would do. Actually, you asked me first.
Yeah.
You were like, would you want to do 3 songs? And I was like, let me
Yeah,
see.
that was good.
And
That
then,
was cool. Now, when
Way cooler.
when Octavio came with the proposal, I was like, I mean, it seems like a pretty nice approach by you, because it was already like, let's do this. Like, I'm gonna you know I'm gonna actually put these songs in the movie, you know.
Yeah.
And I think I discovered a new side of Octavio, and also with Joe,
Mm.
like pouring all the energy into this vibe, you know, that you already had in mind. And it was so fast and so cool, and like the flow was just great. And
Yeah.
I still remember when we were doing those songs. It's just like the vibes will come so fast. It was so cool and
Yeah.
very effective and cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess going off of that, I mean, how does that feel? Well, you did a live composing Weird Science 2017.
Yes.
I was looking at that.
Yeah. Did you see that?
Yeah, what is
Wow.
that? Like, how does that compare to this?
That
And
was 2017. Was
I
that?
think, or 2018 maybe?
Yeah. That was a thing that I think LACMA, the LA County Museum, they had this project of doing of kind of like recruiting musicians or bands,
Yeah.
that they knew, to like kind of like musicalize or redo the music of movies, famous movies,
Yeah.
and then play them live. You know, play the movie just with no music.
You didn't know about this?
No,
It was
Weird
crazy.
Science is an awesome
And-
movie to
and-
do that for.
And it was such a beautiful
80s
it was a
vibes.
beautiful project, because we actually first we wanted to do Warriors. You know Warriors from the 80s?
Yeah, wow.
It's a crazy gang movie. You must know
Would've
it.
been wild
It
to
has
do
a lot of
music.
fashion that broke boundaries at the time, because
Yeah.
it was cool, you know, fashion wise it was cool. And then at the end they couldn't get the movie. I don't know. They had to get the original movie with no sound, which is hard. So they
Mm.
had to go with the studios and get a copy of the movie with.
Just the
That
dialogue.
was before AI,
so,
so
yeah.
you couldn't really do
Get
it
the
that
stems and
easy.
all that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Crazy, that was only like 9 years ago.
and I remember we did a couple of songs for the thing, and it was kind of like very synthy and sad, and because we wanted to be that vibe. But then we're like, what about Weird Science? You know, like we're big fans of that movie, and we were all little when that came out, so it's like, and we did that. And it was amazing. It's just.
And that was only live. You can't listen to it now anywhere?
I don't think you can listen to it because
Yeah.
it was live. It was just like we had a bunch of scoring that we did, and then we rehearse it,
Yeah.
and then we'll play the movie, and we were on the side just playing everything. We have a lot of synths and guitars and shit.
Yeah.
I didn't remember that until you.
Dude, that's a
told me that.
Nardwar
That's so
question
cool.
right there.
That's
Like,
a-
I didn't even know that, and that's so cool.
Yeah, that's cool. That was very cool.
So
Weird
how does
silence.
doing it like live, and then you mentioned like already having the vibes on off rip.
Yeah.
How does that compare versus, because you've been doing your own music for decades? So how does that just differentiate?
I
for
love
you?
doing that. I've been doing that since my project with Kinky came in 2001. We immediately got a lot of supervisors and movies and commercials wanting to use our music because for them it was very visual, I guess. It had the Latin element, but it was very visual. So, but I've been also like a huge um, soundtrack fan since I was little.
Mm,
I had like the Close Encounters albums, all the soundtracks. My dad used to buy them on vinyl, so I've been a fan of that.
yeah.
And the synth work that they used to do, it was very simple but very emotional.
Yeah.
And so I love doing that. I love the challenge of trying to represent something, some visual thing.
Yeah.
So immediately, like, let's jump on it, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
it was cool.
I got really lucky that I have two guys like Joe and Carlos that I know that like I was able to hit up very quickly after you asked me like, do you want to do the songs, and I'm like, let me get back to you. And
Yeah.
these guys, like, I literally, as soon as I asked, they were both just down. And it's funny because we were working on some songs for our band, and so I was like, I didn't know if we were gonna be able to, if Joe was gonna be down, if Carlos was gonna be down, but we really like made the time for it and got it done. And
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever made 3 songs that fast on yeah, because it was like executive, just like we have this time frame, and I don't know, it was just cool. I've never made 3 songs that fast where we finalized them and we're
Yeah.
like, that's it.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the beauty of having creative partnerships. Like I've got a couple buddies like that I can call and we can instantly, do something. But also the beauty of constraint with art, when you give yourself boundaries, because if you don't give yourself any boundaries, you almost just have ideas forever and you'll never finish it.
Oh yeah.
Or you'll just explore and then like, oh, I don't like that. Let me do this. It's like when people have 48-hour film competitions.
Yeah.
It's almost better
That's a
because
cool. There's 48-hour film competitions.
yeah, for
That's
festivals, yeah.
That's really sick.
You have 48 hours from
That's
casting,
amazing.
writing it, getting the crew together, to shooting it, editing it, putting it out.
Wow,
Yeah.
I'd love to check that out.
There should be a music,
Wow.
co-
Music
contest
would
like
be
that.
sick.
It would
Like you
push
have-
it pushes people
Yeah.
to really just, really
Like
just stick
that.
to an idea and make it the best that
Yeah.
it can be and just get it done.
Yeah, having
You know?
a limited amount of, like, I don't know, you have probably 4 instruments and that's that,
Mhm.
and that helps a lot to define something in little time, and also sound wise, you don't need a lot of options really. You need just what you have, really, what you have there.
Hmm.
It's for me, it's the best way to do music.
Yeah.
Not trying to have everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I started writing a short the other day. I gave myself constraints of like 1 location, 1 actor, no dialogue, 7 minutes,
That's
and I
super
just
sick.
started writing it.
cool, that's
It
cool,
was
that's
based off of a nightmare, but anyway,
Love it. Love it. That's so cool.
7-minute drill.
it always
Cool.
is.
That's so cool.
I actually wanted to ask you as well, Joe, because you do musical. Well, I have a couple questions for you actually, but one of them is the musical therapy question, which we were talking about. Maybe you can weigh on this too. For me, off rip, I have found. I don't know if you guys even saw the whole film yet, or if you saw mostly.
I saw most of it. These guys haven't seen
Yeah.
it.
Not the whole thing.
Yeah.
Not seen it.
Just because I didn't
Can't
end
wait
up
to do
sending
it.
them that link.
Yeah, I'm stoked for you
Send-
guys.
But I'm
Send it to
stoked
us.
to like watch it full context and like.
Yeah, without like thinking
Yeah.
about it as for work or anything.
Yeah, but I remember when I watched it, genuinely, like my first impression was like, wow, this looks so good. Like,
yeah.
especially like, yeah, I just remember watching him being like, the color grading is so fire. Like, it
So
just
cool.
looks like early 2000s vibes for
Yeah.
sure. So yeah, I was like super stoked to work on it because
Yeah.
I was like, you guys have clearly put in a lot of hard work and we're doing the finishing touches. So it just felt like an honor to just jump onto a project so late, but also just really inspiring and motivating to like match the, the vibe.
Yeah.
What can we bring to it?
Well, I wanted to ask you particularly, and maybe I guess all of you, but starting with you, just because of your history with like musical therapy and stuff, how just how that comes back to you and like energy wise and then inspiration, because like people have come to me about Off Rip and talked about how, oh, my mom or my dad was dealing with alcoholism, and I dealt with these things in your story, and it made me think about what you guys are doing, really helping people outside of just like making music for yourself or in the studio, like actually being live in a moment with someone in a hospital room or going through something, and just how that affects your work and what you even want to doing moving forward,
Yeah, I think it's a great question. First off, I've always believed that music is for everyone, and I still believe that, like it's the universal thing that bonds so many people and so many worlds and cultures, and it's something that I feel like in some way everyone or most people just relate to it and admire music. It's kind of because music has so much mystery to it, it immediately becomes like cool because it's fascinating.
Yeah.
And I think that like for me, which is funny, this was the first time I ever truly appreciated wakeboarding. Like that's not
skimboarding.
My bad.
Wakeboarding
Skimboarding.
is crazy, dude.
There was
That
a little
just goes to show how little I know.
There's
about
one.
it.
There's one shot in the film where
That's so
someone is
funny.
holding onto a wakeboard rope, so that's okay. So
All
that
right,
would count.
let me get that pass. But it feels like
I'm dead.
similar to music. It seems that is a form of like chasing freedom.
Mhm.
And I feel that when I create music, I try and chase freedom of like creation
Yeah.
and knowing that I can experiment without limits and without boundaries. However, I do think that pressure makes diamonds, and sometimes having those 1 to 2 days, 3 sessions, getting it done within a specific time frame can also be extremely helpful. So
Yeah.
I was inspired, I think, to make some good rock music, to turn up the distortion after seeing the skimboarding, not the wakeboarding. And and I think that it was so quick to come after watching the videos and watching some of those scenes of the skimboarding. It was just really inspiring to start creating as we continued to watch.
Yeah.
And to touch on the music therapy, which honestly, I'm just going to throw it right back to Joe's way when it comes to talking about this. But Joe introduced music therapy to me as well.
Mm.
Like, I didn't even know music therapy was something that you could do. And not only is it something you can do, now that Joe's let me be a part of it a few times here and there and help him out, it's genuinely like so heartwarming.
Mm.
There's no way like you can like finish a day after doing that and not feel like just blessed and just good. I don't know. It's like I just played our song Vamos a Bailar that's coming out for like an older lady at a nursing home like last week, and just I don't know. That feeling is, and I'm new to this feeling. So Joe was the one that like found this and went to college for it and like really sent it on music therapy. So I'm sure he's had like tons and tons of memories and good experiences, and talking to older people in general is like really cool just because like they have a lot of stories to tell,
So
a
much
lot of
wisdom too.
a lot of wisdom. And yeah, and then we did the hospital one in Colombia. That was a different energy for me, like the nursing home versus the hospital vibe, but just as cool of like a experience, just like sharing our music and just watching people like light up and smile, and just I don't know. I'm like, how often does this hospital in Colombia get two dudes just coming in like singing like that?
Yeah.
I kept there like, it's just so cool, and it's not something I knew that could be like a career, but it's a really beautiful like.
And so is a lot of the music, it's songs that you've already come up with, or how much of it is on the fly, or are there moments where the person inspires you to keep playing something else, and you're just in the flow with them.
Yeah, no, has like a huge list of songs that he just like knows.
Yeah.
They're all just like classics.
I think of myself
yeah.
as like a human playlist in those moments.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's like based on the key that I'm in, I'll just realize or recognize that I know at least like 5 songs in a row in this key, or this feel, this in 3 or in 4, whatever it might be. And then honestly, just going from one thing straight into the next, songs into the next, combining originals with covers. I know songs from like the 1800s up until like songs that were released last week. So I feel like the repertoire is always growing, which means you're always learning more about like the history of music and cultural movements that surrounded around music. And that's one of the most exciting things for me, is just learning, like being educated by music, it's always really cool. Like again, going back to the mystery, like the mystery that is uncovered when you learn a song, or you learn like a favorite chord to a song that you never knew, and then that is how you write or you start your next song, your next original. It all kind of comes full circle and feeds itself.
Yeah.
I have moments like that where like I'll figure something out on the guitar or vocally, or just I'll like figure something out, and then I'll be like, oh my gosh, that's gonna help so much from now on. And then I'll think, there's people that have known that little trick this whole time that I've been working with them. And I'm like, sometimes I like I learn something that changes like the way I look at music, or the way I look at this or that, because I didn't come up in music theory the way a lot of people did. But when something clicks and I get something for the first time, I'm like, dang, everybody's like knew this already. But it's cool. I feel like in music you can always unlock little tricks, whether it's like how to play a chord differently, or why this works with this, or just there's so many things that just start clicking. And I feel like in music therapy, I have a lot of those moments, because just going from one song to the next, learning on the fly, like somebody recommends the song and we're like pulling it up right there and then, and
use
I don't know, it's
tabs,
cool.
or
Yeah, I guess we use a little ultimate guitar tabs, but try to stay. I know Joe doesn't. I use it.
You've been playing guitar for what?
Yeah, but I still use it all the time.
Okay, for real.
I was just gonna say that I think there's a lot of. Hold up, let's have a break for the dogs.
Put the mic on him.
Hey.
Now they're quiet when the
these
mic
shoes
is.
are so sick, bro.
I think that I was going to say is there's a lot of wisdom that comes from people who have just lived on the planet longer than you have.
Yeah.
And there's certain things about that you cannot fully understand yet until they teach it to you. Honestly, one thing like I really enjoy about working with Carlos specifically is that this guy has made so many records, and he has made so many amazing songs and arrangements and different styles. And he has an incredible sense of vision and identity, which I think is really important in creation, especially in music. And we had a full circle moment that we found out where in the early 2000s, my dad styled his band Kinky for, I guess it was Spin magazine.
Yeah,
we
something
figured
like that.
out.
Yeah.
Oh, he worked.
My
he
memory
worked
is
with
not.
you guys.
My memory is not great.
His dad.
It's all good,
Wow.
man. So my dad
That's a long time
styled their
ago.
band for either an album cover or a
Yeah.
magazine shoot or both
Yeah.
or something. And so that was a really cool, completely full circle from a past life moment
Definitely.
that he knew my dad. And what a beautiful way of carrying on the torch, and
Yeah.
creating and
Yeah.
now we're in the same room together, but on completely different circumstances that he was in the same room with my dad is really cool.
Amazing.
Yeah, because
Really
your dad was
incredible.
in the film industry too, right?
Costume designers, all of
Costume,
them.
yeah.
My mom and sister as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, so did you have any experience in the film industry because of your dad at
Oh,
all,
of
or-
course. Yeah.
Yeah.
I grew up like on sets quite a bit I was a child actor for a minute, and then I
didn't
was
know
yeah,
this.
yeah. And I would PA, I would assist stylists. I was doing all types of stuff.
That is so cool.
I loved it. It was great. It
But
was a
when
great
did you
way to-
transition from that to music full on as the main?
I
thing?
think that was probably in the last like 5 years, but I still will help them out if they need any work, like any kind of work done, you know. We worked on like a Lenny Kravitz music video, and I was on that set for a few days. That was in 2024.
Yeah.
So not super long ago. I'm still very open to those opportunities, you know. I love that. I
Yeah.
love styling. It's also a huge part of my life just because I've been around it since I was a kid. So,
Well, I was gonna say too. Also, I didn't know about your. I was listening to some of your music, man. Your voice is really good too.
thank you. Man.
Because
I
you
appreciate that.
you came in as the guitarist pretty much and bassist on this stuff.
Yeah.
But I was like, man, we gotta get some vocals in some films with this
Yeah.
guy too, bro.
Dude, you know what's funny is the first song we made for Off Rip, which is the only one we didn't end up using, fully had Joe's vocals in there.
Which one? Oh, but that was just the vibe was different though.
The vibe was different, but I do think it's funny. Like, we don't often or like Joe like hit this, but for some reason on that song, like it just made sense, and it honestly I really like that song still.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be a cool way of continuing to like blend our voices because I do have typically more of like a higher and like falsetto type of softer, more almost like sweet voice, and Octavio has like this lower kind of like gravelly, you
Mhm.
know, very full sounding voice. So I'm wondering. I mean, we've been doing it on our current releases. Like our song out on Friday has my vocal on it. Feliz that we're working on. I arranged some harmonies yesterday, so we're experimenting with other vocal textures, and you know, maybe it'll stick. I think it will. I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy can hit the high notes. Tell you what, I got a video of him in the studio yesterday.
Don't play it.
No, I'm totally not gonna play it. But I like as soon as I walked in, I was late because Mexico was playing, and I was like,
Oh.
"Sorry guys, I can't miss the
Can't miss
Mexico
this.
World Cup game." But like, I came in right after the game, and I walk in, and Joe's hitting like the highest like notes of all time in falsetto, and he's like watching the Dodger game though on the side. It was like a really funny intro to this session. I just opened the door, and he's hitting high notes, but locked in on Freddie Freeman. I was like, oh, the guy.
Guilty
Mm.
as
But
charged.
but yeah.
Yeah. Well, circling back to the because I know we're talking about going back to your roots and all that stuff. I don't know if I fully got to ask you this. If how did it feel going back to your OG kind of music of your kind of punk indie rock era when you almost kind of put that to bed?
That is such a good question, dude. Like, because that's exactly how I felt. Like, yeah, in those days when we were making those songs, that the main thing I was thinking, I was like, damn, I remember when this is the vibe I used to work on. Like,
Yeah.
it made me have so much memories of the past and doing that kind of similar guitar style and like
Yeah.
that rock. Yeah, just all. I even had old lyrics that I used for some of these songs from when I was writing in those vibes more. And it was really cool to remember like being 17, 18 and just that's all I cared about making. So
Yeah.
it was really fun to get back to it. Honestly, if I could do both, I would do both together and continue it. But I feel like it's really hard to split my energy in two. So like right now I'm just like so in love with the Spanish anthemic music that makes you want to like dance and have fun and live, and but all those songs I wish I could just split off and go on a rock adventure on
Yeah.
a
I wonder what it
lo-fi
would
rock.
sound like to make Spanish lyrics over that more of that genre.
I've
bit.
done it before. That's how I
That could be
started.
cool. That could be really cool.
Yeah, I started mixing in Spanish into those vibes,
Mm.
and it wasn't until like the last few years that I've really taken it and just been like, we're moving the needle like deep into the Latin music world now. But I think the possibility for all of it is still there. Like, you know, if any song ever takes off, or I mean, we're always gonna be working on music, so I'm sure that there will be times when those influences will come back, and I'll get to sing in English too. And yeah, it was fun. I think the songs in the songs in the movie are actually a huge vibe. Like I would
Yeah.
add them. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, I mean, you could do whatever you want with them. They're yours.
We should put them out.
We should put him. I mean, that's the idea. Put him
Honestly.
out in a
We
package
have them.
somehow, you know,
Yeah,
and
off rip
have them.
soundtrack,
I mean,
Papagoi.
definitely for the
Yeah.
movie, they should be out.
Yeah.
I'm super
Yeah,
down.
yeah, let's do it. Yeah,
Yep.
soundtrack, official movie soundtrack.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
mind blasting that on Spotify for the one time,
Yeah,
you know?
dude, I remember I've had moments where I, especially Tell Me What You Want From Me is so hype. I just like find myself dancing to it.
It's a great
Yeah, I love
song.
that song.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
I
should put
showed
them
it to
out.
some friends after we did it. I showed it to the homie Tony in his car, and I remember his friend Noah was with us as well. And I guess Tony's more used to like me showing him stuff because I've shown him things in the past. So he was like, "That's so sick." But his friend Noah isn't like, I guess like doesn't have as much experience like listening to bounces straight out of the studio and stuff. His friend Noah was like freaking out. Like he loved the "Tell Me What You Want
Yeah.
From Me." And he like after the song played, he's like, dude, like you just had that like this is something. Like
Can
you
we
just had
use
that.
can we use a frame of the movie to do the cover? Maybe
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
that could be cool,
Yeah.
Oh, of course. That would
right?
be
I'll give you
super
guys
sick.
tons of stills. You can pick whatever you
Yeah,
want.
That
Yeah.
would be
could be
super fun.
that
Yeah.
could be a nice thing to do.
Of
And we'll just
course.
put it
Super
out as an
down.
EP. Yeah.
Is this where the idea came about? I
Yeah,
think we had
go ahead.
mentioned it in the session, but good to bring it back because I'm down.
Yeah.
Some good songs.
So are you guys, well, I guess you got movie experience. Are you guys interested in doing more? I think you did say you wanted to do more film.
I would be so
specific.
down. It would be so fun, and I have a lot of friends that are like getting into that world. Speaking of the guy Tony that I just showed the song to, is in that world and like working on music for a movie type vibe as well. So it just seems to be like the move, and it's also not how I always like. I didn't get into making music for that, but now that I've done it and gotten some experience, I realize like you can have a lot more fun with music than you think. Like
Yeah.
there's like music therapy. Like there's just always new ways where music comes in, and it doesn't have to be you're playing shows and writing your own songs. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
and I think it's a beautiful way to express yourself. Uh, through the movies as well. Yeah, really
Yeah.
cool.
It is different though, because like you are in service to something, whereas in making your own song, it's, you know, I guess sometimes it's more guided, but I feel like writing your own songs is just your own inspiration, whatever needs to come
Yeah.
out, versus having a certain like vibe to a movie, like you were saying.
I mean, even
You
like the
know?
song "Tell Me What You Want From Me" from this movie, it's like if I were just writing, I don't think I would have come up with those lyrics for myself because it's like not how I'm feeling in the moment.
Mhm.
But like you were in the room, cool having the director, writer of a movie that you're working on the music for be in the room and tell you exactly where the character's at mentally. Because like once we actually wrote those lyrics, I wasn't really thinking about myself. I was just thinking like this character that we're writing it for and where he's at. So when I hit the like, "Tell me what you want from me," and I'm like really hitting it with some grunge, like I feel like I'm really feeling it because I'm just thinking of like the character and I'm not thinking of myself, and I'm thinking of like the vibe we're trying to fulfill. It's cool. It's very different. I mean, we're working on some songs right now and very different energy and vibes.
Mhm.
Just because, yeah, it's just different when it's not about yourself. But
Yeah, it's a
cool.
very I guess that's the overlap with the music therapy and film in a way is
Mhm.
it's being in service. I guess that's the
Yeah.
difference versus your own
I like what Carlos
ideas
was
and
saying too, like about how he like loves like soundtracks and how like the kind of synth and how the synth makes you feel and the emotion that it gives off. That's really interesting, and that's not something that I've tuned into as much, but I can totally see like a young Carlos being extremely into that. So
Yeah, no,
that's sick.
definitely. Yeah, I'm still very excited when I get invited to a project, visual project, any project. You know, I've done music also for contemporary dance. I got to play in a live contemporary dance soundtrack a few years ago too. And so I was, you know, since the beginning I started like that, doing experiments live with synths and guitars and everything, and I still love doing that. And also I think like as a writer also for lyrics, like Octavio was saying, it's important sometimes to get into a character and think that somebody else is writing that. so you get into this specific mood or story, and I think some of my favorite artists, I feel like they do that. They it's not them when they're performing or composing in the studio. It's somebody else that they created in their mind. And that's why it's so effective sometimes. You don't have to be you all the time. You can project yourself into another
Yeah.
another
Are you
character.
talking about like when like artists have like a alternate persona, like I think Beyonce's like Sasha Fierce and stuff. You in
I
that
mean,
kind of mindset, or
even just like in like the movie thing where I'm
Yeah.
like putting myself in the character's shoes, it's like, how does that feel?
Yeah.
And I think it works better in band scenarios
Yeah.
because like Carlos is in a band. I'm currently doing a more of a band vibe.
Yeah.
When I'm
Yeah.
singing for the band, I don't feel like I'm Octavio. I
Exactly.
feel like this is
Mm.
Papa Godi, and what do I want
Yeah.
Papa Godi, or
Yeah.
what do you want Kinky to feel like? And when I was just Octavio, and I'm sure any singer of any band would feel this way if I'm just like, this is the Octavio show. It's
Totally.
hard to
Totally.
not think of yourself
Not to be
when
too
playing your
personal about
songs
it.
or when the
Yeah.
way you're performing it.
Yeah.
But yeah, in a band, it's just like you can take over new characters, and I want this
Yeah.
song to be more in this world.
And so
yeah.
almost like a, I don't want to say fully marketing branding aspect, but like, yeah, it's like just a world building aspect.
Yeah,
guess.
yeah. It's a world building aspect. I think Tyler the Creator does it a lot. He writes like whole characters for his albums and pretends.
Or even like
it's
the old, like
them.
Slim Shady kind of stuff.
Slim
Yeah.
Shady, that's a great one as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bowie did that all the time since the beginning. He created these personas that they weren't really him, but he got into those like
It's really cool.
imaginary personas, and that's why he was so big. And the music was more than him. It was bigger than that.
Yeah, and it was in the real world. People could experience at a concert.
so
They'd see
cool.
that character on stage.
And then that makes you, when you have to play that song for like, I don't know, 20 years or 30 years, that makes you always get into that character and be able to perform the songs even if you're not that guy anymore.
Yeah.
You can put your own emotions aside.
Exactly.
And step into that.
So a lot of people is like, but I'm not that guy anymore. I cannot sing that. No, but you get into that character and sing that
Right.
shit.
Kind of
Childish
how you were talking
Gambino
about
does
with your
that.
old music. Yeah.
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 No, for sure. I mean, I think Donald Glover, like the Redbone song, like there's no way he's not stepping into some character in his mind when he's playing any of that album.
Yeah.
So that's cool. But yeah, I think for me, like I wouldn't say I stepped into a character for Papa Godi. I think I just like grew out of being that 17, 18-year-old kid that was making the sad lo-fi vibe. So I wouldn't say I actually leaned into any character. I think I just grew out of it and grew into the kind of music we're making now. But I feel like I could tap more into that, like pretending let's say I'm in this situation. What would I write if I was in this situation? I could do more of that. And I think working on this movie was a fun practice for that, like putting myself in something else's shoes and just going from there.
Yeah. No, you guys did amazing. I think it was it's so funny because like I had these references for the film when I was writing the screenplay, and I was like so married to these songs, these reference songs that you guys heard, and it's funny because like when you guys came in and made the songs for it, it actually made it was better than what the original inspiration could have even brought to it, especially like the skimboarding montage in particular. I had a much more lo-fi, like, and it made sense that it was melancholy and gloom and doom, but the high energy and the that initial, I don't know if it was bass or just a low note on the guitar where it kind of riffs in and zooms in, that whole thing, and just the high energy of it. It brought it to life in a way that I couldn't even imagine until you guys brought your creativity to it.
That is so cool. Good to hear, man.
That's great to hear.
It's so nice, and I still want to hear those songs from time to time. They're great.
We're gonna have to do a watch party.
Yeah,
Watch
the movie. When the movie's done, we'll do it.
Yeah, Megan, my wife, was saying that. She was like, "Oh, we should do another screening," and because we did screenings like a year ago.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know. I feel about Off Rip in some ways the way that you feel about like your other music.
I know.
Because like,
mean, yeah.
you know,
Yeah. You've
Been
been
so
working on
long.
it for so
dude,
long.
it's been like over 3
Yeah.
years. I'm like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, that's
But
true.
it's not even out, so it's like
I know.
it's just getting. I think at the same time, you got to do it in the sense of it's not even out, so it's just the beginning still.
Yeah.
Even though it's been 3 years, and that I have to remind myself that for songs a lot too when we put them out. It's like this might have been sitting in my folder for a year, and it feels like an old classic to me, but it's not a classic to
Yeah.
anybody else yet. So
Yeah, it's new to the world, so
yeah.
it's to them it's not an old song or an old movie.
yeah,
It's just a song that they're coming across, or you know.
100%.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
yeah.
That's the cool thing is there's still songs that we've already put out or haven't put out yet that I know are special that I think their moment still awaits them, you know? So I think it's never, for a song's journey, I think maybe when I was like 18, 19, first started putting out music, I thought however the song does in the first few months kind of defines the journey forever. I don't think that's true anymore. I just think a song's journey, like, it just keeps going. It can have a moment way after it comes out.
Oh yeah.
And,
Well, it's so fascinating when songs come to life through like a TV show, like Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Brought that running up that hill song just out of nowhere,
Yeah.
and people are just like obsessed with it now.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
love that. I love that. That's something we never imagined will happen 20 years ago, and now it's happened.
Yeah.
And it's amazing.
really cool.
All these classics coming back to life because people never heard them, and it's like new. It's new to them.
Yeah, and people are just ahead of their time.
So
Sometimes.
cool. Exactly, that's for sure.
Even people listening to Michael Jackson this year, like, I have like a few friends that are a few girl homies like that just don't be listening to Michael Jackson like that, but lately they're all for Michael Jackson after seeing the movie. And I'm like, that's so funny that like now that you watch the movie, now you're like, wow, it's so good. It's like it's been good.
Yeah.
I've been vibing. But no, it's cool. It's cool how like visual information can bring old songs back and make you connect them with something and make you like them that much more. Really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all cyclical because it's like how many like everything. There's nothing new under the sun, right? Like everything's been done and is done again, just in a different way, slightly.
Exactly.
I kind of feel that way about Off Rip. I feel like it'll really find its audience over like 10 years. You know.
Yeah. Because you never know. I mean. Yeah, you just never know.
And that
It could
sport,
come out.
that sport is pretty new.
It's still a new sport.
Still a new sport.
Yeah.
So
Dude, I skimboarded. I'll say I
crazy.
have some experience. I
Oh, yeah?
skimboarded a lot as a kid. Like
I never done it. I wish I could do it.
You gotta get out to the
Yeah,
beaches, man.
yeah,
I
yeah.
literally like am picturing the exact skimboard that me and my brother had growing up. It was like an orange one with like a black skull on it, and like we went to Florida all the time because I grew up in Louisville, Kentucky. We would drive to Florida, Daytona Beach or any beach. We went to a lot of different ones. But skimboarding was like our thing. So like just hear like it's a new sport. I'm like, I kind of grew up with skimboarding like a lot.
I would more so say it's underground than new.
But yeah, it is
Yeah.
super underground.
Yeah.
And I guess I didn't realize till recently that like skimboarding is not as. I mean, you know what? I've been going to the beach and
It is
I
blown
don't
up
be
though.
seeing it as
yeah.
much
Yeah.
as other things, you know. But it's fun catching an actual good skim. You guys haven't done that. I don't know if you call it catching it a skim, but it feels
Yeah.
sick.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
really
interesting
fun.
too because it's one of those things that you can do everywhere. There's this guy Adrian Razo we were working on getting in the film way back, and his phrase is skim everything, because he'll take one of the flat wooden boards and he'll take it to a lake, or if there's like a little body of water and he crosses it to get to the other side. Instead of like walking over a bridge, he'll just skim it.
Wow.
Or
I don't know how to do all that. You like skimboard on the sand and you like throw your board and then it goes out.
But he'll go to public fountains and skim the fountain.
That's insane.
Yeah, he's a
like
rule
cool.
breaker. But
That's so cool.
he's gotten that traction doing stuff like that.
That's awesome.
So that was something we wanted to incorporate into the film, but we ended up. He was in Europe and we couldn't get him over to Florida. But
That's cool.
Pretty wild.
yeah.
Are
Yeah,
you
man.
working on anything that you're excited about right now on some separate?
Yeah, we just released the sci-fi short. And
Saw that.
we have
really
a
cool, man.
yeah, we have a
Yeah.
feature.
People gotta see that.
We have a feature script we're toying with, going back and forth on. We're on like 10 or 11 drafts of that.
Mm.
I have another feature I wrote, and then actually when I went to Costa Rica, fui a la Costa Rica en febrero. Pura vida.
I was supposed to go, dude.
Yeah, dude. I got really inspired for like a comedic action film where
Nice.
that takes place down there, and I started writing it down there, and I want to. So I may be going to the Amazon this year to do a documentary that I'm pretty stoked about.
That's cool.
But with that being said, I want to go back to Costa Rica and just go into the city and really just like live in the city for a couple weeks. Because before I was on the beaches, for the week I was there. So I have another script that I think, like, while it is like comedic, kind of action comedy, it is also like real about what I feel like I saw that's going on there, especially with like, I don't know, a lot of foreign money coming in and just building and then like taking over, and I don't know, I just was inspired to write something about that going on.
It's like,
So
it's fun hearing like where that inspiration can come from, because I think in music so much that like I forget, like I never think in movie form. Like I never think like, oh, this is inspiring movie. I'm always just thinking like the sounds it inspires. But it's cool that like a trip like that can inspire like a whole movie set on that, or like maybe it's a comedic movie but it has like these undertones that came from like that one trip to Costa Rica. That's cool that movies draw so much inspiration like that. I forget.
Every film I've ever written is like inspired by real things in life, or at least from dreams. I don't know if I ever truly, I mean, sometimes I'll sit down and work on coming up with something, but I think the best thing to do is work off of inspiration, and inspiration comes from life itself.
Yeah, I agree.
So
I feel like all our music lately has been inspired by just trips and meeting people and all that stuff.
Yeah, and you get to reflect the beauty of your experience back into life, and then people can like live vicariously through it, and I just think that's what it's all about, man.
I'm hoping to write some songs when I'm going to Monterrey, which is where I was born, in October, and I haven't been since 2024. And I actually like started writing some of our song Flores in Monterrey.
Yeah.
And like that's kind of cool because I remember like coming up with like some of those lyrics there. So I'm excited to go and see if I come up with anything this time around. And also, I didn't even mention it earlier, but me and Carlos, like, I think one of the reasons that it's really cool that we all work together is like Joe's dad had met Carlos in the past. And to me, that moment for me was like just the fact that Carlos is from really close to Monterrey. So basically Monterrey, like he knows exactly that whole vibe.
Yeah, norteño.
Norteño.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of us out here, man.
Yeah,
like, you don't meet a lot of people from
That's
there
true.
out here just working on
That's
music.
true.
So
Yeah.
pretty cool that it's the first person I worked with, and also just somebody that I worked with that really knows like the place I embody. You know, not everybody actually sees it, but it's cool, man.
Monterrey, the north of Mexico, it has its beauty in a funny way. It's very, it's like almost like a desert. You know, it's very like desertic and like dry. But when you're born there, you learn to love certain aspects of.
Yeah, I mean a lot
Very
of
inspiring
but then
too.
Monterrey itself
Cowboy.
is like all
Industrial
hills
and
mountains.
hills, yeah.
Very reminiscent of Los Angeles.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, lovely place.
Yeah,
We'll see what I come up with.
let's go. Well, I appreciate you guys doing this, and
Thank you, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Good
thank
luck
you,
with the
Jaden.
movie. I think it's gonna be spectacular, and can't wait to see it out there doing well, and let us know if you have another project coming and you need more stuff. Yeah,
of course.
we'd love to work, man.
Actually, my wife came up with a comedy for Costa Rica too. But these two, different one. These two, one of her best friends, them going down into the jungle and thinking that it's like a haunted forest because they came across some different like relic or something, and it's just like them freaking out when it's really just there's nothing actually that's spooky there. They're just
That could be funny.
scared Americans in the jungle.
I could see it. I could see it.
Yeah.
No, that's funny.
Slasher.
I was like, I don't know why, but that instantly made me think of Indiana Jones because I watched that movie like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
And great movie, insane. Just watching like the special effects from 1981.
Yeah.
So-
Sometimes they're better than they are nowadays.
Yeah, a lot of cadavers. They used
Yeah.
hella cadavers. Yeah. But yeah, just him going off into the jungle adventure kind of reminded me of that, except 2 white girls coaster.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones story. That's it.
Yeah.
But dude, yeah, thank you for having us. I'm so glad. Like the way that it all came together is just so heartwarming and like real people's kind of work and real people coming together. Good ideas and yeah, I'm happy that we had a chance to talk about it, and I'm pumped to see it come out on Apple TV. I already told my parents; they're excited.
That's
Very
My
nice.
house,
Yes.
my roommates are excited.
Dang.
It's kind of a flex, you know. It's,
Yeah.
It's like cool because like nobody like saw it coming and like, by the way,
Yeah.
and they're like, really? Like,
Yeah.
yeah. So,
So
really
sick.
cool, man. Really
Yeah.
fun. Yeah. If you have anything else that you need music on, you know the vibes. We can make it
Thank you
work.
so much, man. Thank you to Octavio and Joe to be here, and I haven't seen them in a while, so it's nice to see.
Yeah,
them.
it's good to see my boy.
Yeah, and congratulations, man.
Thank you. Yeah.
For real.
Appreciate it.
Big
All right.
congrats.
Off script. Out.
Off script.